Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Anea and today we are going over my week 9 pregnancy update. So let's get right into it. You guys know the drill by now. We're going to start off with developmental milestones for last week. So firstly, the baby was the size of a grape. Other resources say the size of an olive, but my partner Tristan thought that an olive and a raspberry were too similar in size, and so we decided to go with grape, as one of my other resources had it. But yeah, you pick. Last week, tiny muscles started to form. As well, the spinal cord tail finally has disappeared. So the baby is looking much more like a human and no longer a little tadpole. At this point, the baby is starting to have toes, and while it can't be felt yet because the baby is still really small, the baby is moving quite a lot actually. So those are the developmental milestones for last week. And now we will get into the symptom updates. So honestly, symptom-wise, things have been starting to slow down more than ramp up. Maybe that's just because I'm getting closer to the second trimester. So last week I still noted some bloating. Most days it was more mild, but towards the end of the week I did notice more moderate uh, bloating. I had the word swelling in my brain. Um, but nothing overly crazy. Um, my chest still is pretty like normal. Not really noticing much growth, much soreness, other than when too much pressure is put on me. But like, that's like when my dog is like standing on me, like it's still fine for like my clothes to touch, or in the shower, I'm not feeling any pain, or if someone accidentally like brushes up against me, like that's all fine. Um, so yeah. When it comes to tiredness, I definitely am still tired, and I am usually taking naps still because sleep while you can, right? Soon I won't be getting much sleep at all. Um, but I have noticed that I'm not quite as exhausted as I was before. Earlier in the pregnancy, I could barely function day to day, and it was really hard to like get anything done. And over the last week or so, I've noticed that that's become less of an issue. Um, so that's been really nice. With my acne, I've still noticed it in the same spots, but there's less of it. It's still definitely there, but it's not as rampant as it was, so that's also nice. With the nausea, um, again, it's still been there a little bit, but it's not as bad as it was the week before, um, or the week before that even. And when it comes to cramps, those haven't been that much either. They've been a couple times during the week, very mild, very short-lived, nothing really to write home about. Other than symptoms, though, I did have a second prenatal appointment on the 8th of March. Nothing too crazy. I did get some surprise blood work. I was under the impression that I wasn't going to have to get more blood work until April, but my nurse practitioner kind of surprised me with a little bit more. However, it was a lot less than the first time. Like the first prenatal appointment, I had to get at least 3 tubes of blood because they were testing like everything. Whereas this time they were only testing my thyroid, so it was very quick and just a small little vial. I also got my flu shot that day, which to most people isn't a big deal, but again, with my phobia of needles, I had been putting it off, and that went pretty well as well. While I was there, I did ask when we'd be able to get our first ultrasound, and apparently that's not going to happen until like week 20. Um, I was under the impression that it was going to be a lot sooner than that. Like I thought it was going to happen by like the 12th at the 12th week, at the latest. Um, but it won't be until we're into the uh, second trimester. However, on April 5th, I have to go in again for my third prenatal appointment to get more blood work and a pap smear. But also, we'll be able to have the fetal Doppler and hear the heartbeat for the first time. So I'm very excited about that. It's one day after my birthday, so it's going to be the best gift ever. Um, but yeah, so that's where we are at with prenatal appointments. And then the last thing for us to do is to check out my baby bump. I do want to talk about it a little bit first. So I have noticed finally over since yesterday a change. I think I have started to pop just the teeniest bit. My bump looks bigger than it actually is because if you guys have been watching my videos, you already know that I'm just a little bit thicker, which is totally fine, but it makes my bump look bigger than it is. So it's still squishy up here. However, what I have noticed is previously I had like a little fold, a little roll in my belly at the bottom, but now it is taut. And it's actually like rounded. So that's where you're gonna be looking for the bump. Um, the size of it, again, isn't accurate. That's just my body. Um, but I'm still really, really excited. Um, yeah, that's just what I wanted to disclaim. So I'm gonna put some shorts on under this, and I'll be right back to show you that bump. So this is what we're working with. I don't know how much you guys can actually tell via camera, but before right here was kind of folded over, and I had like a roll there, but now it is a lot more taut and circular. Um, but yeah, that's like this. This is just my belly, and I'm a little bit thicker, so it makes the bump like if you look at it like this, like it makes my, oh, I got a lump right here. Let me smooth that down. But it makes my bump look bigger. But as you can see right here, it's all taut instead of roly-poly. So, yeah, I think that's quite exciting. Yeah. And just so you guys can like get a better image, because that before was a little messy, but like this is what we're working with here. So very excited. But that's all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any thoughts or questions, please leave them down below in the comments. And until next time, bye.